Hello there, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I will be reviewing Star Wars Jedi Quest, the 4-issue comic series from Dark Horse Comics, and I did showcase this in my Star Wars Celebration haul video, which I did a few months ago, when I was at Star Wars Celebration in London this year, so just wanted to point that out, and I can link that video down below if you want to check it out after this one, so that's that. And how I'll do this review is I'll give you like a basic summary of the general story, and then I may ramble in some areas as well. So that's that there, and I'll give you my thoughts near the end. So let's get to it. So with this comic series, it takes place in the 10-year gap between The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and its timeline placement is 28 BBY, so this takes place 4 years after The Phantom Menace and 6 years before Attack of the Clones. So, little thing there in the Legends chronology. And with the era between The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, it's not really that explored a whole lot when you think about what you have. This comic series, the novel series Jedi Quest, even has the same font as well and same title, which I kind of find that interesting that there's a comic series and a young reader novel series set in the time period between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones that have the same title and same font. So I always found that kind of interesting. So little thing there. And then there's the novel Outbound Flight, Rogue Planet, Approaching Storm, to name off a few off the top of my head in the Legends timeline. And then in canon, it's not explored that much either, because you have the Obi-Wan and Anakin comic series, and I think you have the Obi-Wan Age of Republic comic series, a comic one-shot in there as well, and then the Padme novel that I can think of off the top of my head in that time period. So yeah, the era isn't that explored much in either both Legends and canon. So just wanted to point that out there. And the general story of this is the big bad is a pirate named Crane, or Crayon, however you pronounce it. So he's like the big bad. And then, so, he'll be pivotal throughout each issue of the plot. And then in the beginning of, the story arc, you have Obi-Wan and Anakin on Ilum. So Anakin's doing some training, and then he goes into the cave and has some visions. And then there's even a bit when he's in the cave, he'll have a vision of Darth Maul as well. So I kind of found that interesting. Even in Empire Strikes Back, Luke will, go in the cave and see Darth Vader. So, little interesting thing there that both Anakin and Luke, during their training, go to a cave and have visions. And we even saw something similar in one of the Rebels episodes in Season 1, where Ezra went in the Lothal Jedi Temple and had some visions and saw the Grand Inquisitor and all that. So yeah, so it's like poetry, it rhymes. So there you have it there. And then there's also, they get assigned by the council after their mission on Ilum. And then, so Obi-Wan and Anakin have to kind of infiltrate Crane's ship. So you have that bit there. Then they pretty much, you have Anakin getting arrogant and stuff. He wants to kill Crane. And then we kind of learn throughout the story arc that Anakin had a history with Crane. So kind of like we do have a flashback of Anakin as a slave on Tatooine. So a little thing there. So you do learn a bit of that as well. Kind of get a glimpse of Anakin's slave life. So that's that. And then we learn there's this person working for Crane named Zora, but the real name is Siri, who is a Jedi. But later on, we find out she's undercover working for Crane to overthrow him. So that's that bit. Anakin will get captured. Then Obi-Wan will have to rescue him. There's a bit, where Anakin is taken to Nar Shaddaa to be a slave there. Then he meets some Twi'lek who was on Tatooine as well. So Anakin kind of says how he was a slave on Tatooine, and then this Twi'lek and her daughter were on Tatooine and all that. So you kind of have a bit there. Then you have Obi-Wan will come to the rescue. Then he has a run-in with a Wookiee who works for Crayon, and Obi-Wan defeats it. And then after that, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Serial get all the people to fight Crayon, and Crayon is defeated, and then that's kind of the general story of this 4-issue comic miniseries. And my thoughts on it, I thought it was a solid story, and I'd probably rate it about a 7 out of 10. And the art was decent, so that's that there. And then, with this story, I was reading it more with Jake Lloyd's Anakin in mind than Hayden Christensen. And then when this comic came out, it was 2001, a year before Attack of the Clones came out. So probably when people read this comic when it came out, probably they all went with Jake Lloyd in mind because at the time that was the Anakin to go off of. So I just wanted to point that out. And then with this being 4 years after the Phantom Menace, I still had Jake Lloyd's Anakin in mind while reading this comic. So that's that there. And I would recommend, if you want some good Obi-Wan and Anakin action. And that does it for me in this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think down below. Did you like this comic series? Did you not like it? Were you indifferent? Let me know your thoughts down below. Follow me on Twitter, DanRS87, Instagram, JMD96_YT, Facebook, JamMasterDaniel96, and have a great day, and may the Force be with you. Bye.